The most powerful black female athletes in the world. What if we told you the most powerful forces in global sports today aren't just breaking records, they're rewriting history? These black female athletes didn't just rise to the top, they shattered barriers, redefined greatness, and built empires while doing it. From courts to pools, tracks to global platforms, their stories are bold, raw, and unstoppable. But who truly holds the crown? Stay tuned as we reveal the game changers you thought you knew and some you didn't. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because on Legends of Black Excellence, we don't just tell stories, we celebrate legacies. Simone Biles. Simone Biles is not just the greatest gymnast the world has ever witnessed. She's a revolution in motion. Born on March 14, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio, Biles has gone on to become a beacon of athletic excellence and personal resilience. With a record-breaking tally of 37 Olympic and World Championship medals to her name, she has achieved a level of dominance that few athletes in any sport have matched. What separates Biles from her peers is not merely her impressive collection of titles. It is the way she has consistently elevated the sport with elements so complex that judges have struggled to score them properly. Skills like the Yurchenko double pike vault, which she unveiled in 2021, have redefined the limits of human capability in gymnastics. Her routines are not just technically precise, they are explosive, fearless, and wholly her own. Biles's journey, however, is not defined solely by physical prowess. In 2021, she made headlines around the world when she withdrew from multiple events during the Tokyo Olympics to focus on her mental health. At a time when elite athletes are often expected to sacrifice everything for competition, Biles took a brave stand, shifting the global conversation toward the importance of mental wellness. Her courage inspired countless others and showed that strength comes in many forms. Financially, Biles has leveraged her stature into a powerful brand. After cutting ties with Nike, she partnered with Athleta, a move that reflected her desire to work with companies aligning with her values. She has also secured deals with Visa, SK2, Uber Eats, and Core Power. Her estimated net worth as of 2025 is over $16 million, and that figure is steadily rising thanks to her endorsements, speaking engagements, and ongoing presence in global media. Off the mat, Biles maintains a lifestyle that reflects both her grounded upbringing and her extraordinary accomplishments. She owns a beautifully designed home in Texas, which she often showcases on social media, complete with an expansive pool and tastefully decorated interiors. Her fans appreciate her candid personality online, where she shares everything from workouts to fun travel moments, often alongside her husband, NFL player Jonathan Owens. A survivor of the foster care system, Biles has also dedicated much of her time and influence to giving back. She supports programs that aid children in foster care and works to raise awareness about child welfare issues. Her own experience has made her an empathetic and vocal advocate for vulnerable communities. In 2023, she returned to competitive gymnastics with renewed purpose, participating in national and international meets and proving she had lost none of her form. Each comeback is not just a performance, but a statement. Simone Biles is still writing her legacy, and she's doing it on her own terms. Her athletic achievements have earned her countless accolades, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom awarded in 2022. Yet Biles continues to move forward, not content to rest on past triumphs. Whether she's performing jaw-dropping routines, mentoring young gymnasts, or advocating for mental health and social equity, Simone Biles embodies a new era of athlete, one defined not just by medals, but by impact. She is not just the face of gymnastics, she is its heartbeat. And in the years to come, her influence is sure to stretch far beyond the chalk-covered mats where it all began. Serena Williams. Serena Williams is far more than a tennis legend. She is an international icon who revolutionized athletics business and social influence. Born on September 26, 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan, and raised in Compton, California, Serena's journey from public courts to the pinnacles of global fame is nothing short of extraordinary. Over a professional career spanning nearly 3 decades, She amassed 23 Grand Slam singles titles, the most in the Open era, solidifying her place in history. Serena's power game was unmatched. Her explosive serves, court agility, and fierce determination redefined what female athletes could be. She elevated women's tennis into the global spotlight, commanding the same attention and respect as her male counterparts. Her rivalries, particularly with her sister Venus, brought unprecedented viewership and attention to the sport. But what truly made Serena iconic was her resilience, comebacks from injuries, complications during childbirth, and multiple finals appearances well into her late 30s showcased a warrior spirit that never waned. Financially, Serena became a blueprint for athletic entrepreneurship. She earned over $94 million in career prize money, more than any female tennis player in history. Her business ventures expanded beyond the court. She founded Serena Ventures, a venture capital firm that has invested in over 60 startups, many led by women and minorities. She launched her own clothing line, S by Serena, and inked deals with brands like Nike, Gatorade, JP Morgan Chase, and Beats by Dre. Her current net worth is estimated to be more than $300 million. Her personal life also captivates fans. Serena married tech entrepreneur Alexis Ohanian in 2017, and they have two daughters, Olympia and Adira. Olympia, often seen courtside, has already charmed the internet, appearing in fashion shoots and even sharing the tennis court with her mom. Family is at the core of Serena's identity, a value instilled in her since childhood by her father and longtime coach Richard Williams. Though she retired from competitive tennis in 2022, Serena's impact continues to expand. She remains active in fashion philanthropy and film production, and frequently appears at major cultural events. She has supported educational programs for underprivileged youth-built schools in Africa and used her platform to champion gender equality and racial justice. Beyond her records and accolades, Serena's true legacy lies in her influence. She paved the way for an entire generation of Black girls to see themselves in spaces they were once excluded from. Her authenticity, bold fashion statements, and unwavering commitment to her values have made her not only a sporting icon, but a cultural force. She's also embraced storytelling, appearing in documentaries, interviews, and executive producing projects that center Black women's experiences. Serena doesn't just live in the limelight, she wields it, shaping how the world views female athleticism, motherhood, and ambition. Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka is the embodiment of quiet strength, global identity, and fearless conviction. Born on October 16, 1997 in Chuoku, Osaka, Japan, to a Haitian father and Japanese mother, she was raised in the United States from the age of 3. This multicultural upbringing shaped her into not just a tennis phenom, but a global citizen, uniquely positioned to break boundaries in a sport historically dominated by Western figures. In 2018, Osaka captured the world's attention when she defeated her idol, Serena Williams, in a tense and controversial U.S. Open final, becoming the first Japanese player to win a Grand Slam singles title. She went on to win 3 more majors, including 2 Australian Open championships, and quickly ascended to number 1 in the world rankings, the first Asian player to ever hold that position. But Osaka's influence extends far beyond titles and trophies. Known for her soft-spoken demeanor, she stunned the sports world in 2020, when she withdrew from the French Open to prioritize her mental health, sparking a worldwide conversation. Her openness about anxiety and depression challenged age-old expectations that athletes should suffer in silence and reshaped public perception of emotional well-being in elite competition. By simply speaking her truth, Osaka elevated the role of the modern athlete to one of activism, empathy, and transparency. Financially, Naomi is one of the most lucrative stars in sports. In 2021, she earned more than $60 million, making her the highest-paid female athlete in history at the time. Her endorsement portfolio includes Nike, Louis Vuitton, Panasonic, Beats by Dre, Tag Heuer, and many others. She also launched her own skincare brand, Kinlo, created specifically for melanin-rich skin, further emphasizing her commitment to inclusivity and identity-based wellness. On top of that, she became a part owner of the North Carolina Courage, a professional women's soccer team, illustrating her savvy as both a brand and a businesswoman. Osaka's lifestyle is equal parts elite and grounded. She splits her time between the US and Japan, sharing glimpses of her day-to-day life with her millions of followers. Her passions, anime, gaming, fashion, and family, reveal a multidimensional woman who values authenticity over image. In 2023, she welcomed her first child with long-term partner rapper Corday, embracing motherhood with the same grace she brings to the court. Despite taking a break from professional tennis to focus on her personal life and health, Naomi is gearing up for a comeback. Her return is anticipated not only for her athletic skill, but also for the powerful message she brings to the game that greatness doesn't have to come at the expense of personal peace. Her absence from the tour only strengthened her presence in popular culture, and her voice continues to shape conversations about race, gender, and mental health. Naomi Osaka has proven that true power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, takes a step back, then returns stronger than ever. She has already transformed tennis, but more importantly, she's changed what it means to be a woman of color in sports. Through her vulnerability, business acumen, and global resonance, Naomi Osaka stands as one of the most powerful and inspiring athletes of her generation. Coco Gauff. Corey. Coco Gauff emerged seemingly overnight, but her ascent has been anything but accidental. Born on March 13, 2004 in Atlanta, Georgia, and raised in Delray Beach, Florida, she first captured global attention at Wimbledon 2019. At just 15 years old, she shocked the world by defeating Venus Williams 6-4, 6-4 on the same courts, where her idol became a legend, announcing her arrival to tennis and beyond. From that breakthrough moment, Gauff quickly demonstrated an extraordinary blend of athleticism, mental toughness, and composure. In September 2023, she clinched her first Grand Slam title at the US Open, becoming the tournament's youngest champion since Sloane Stephens in 2017. She followed with an Australian Open final appearance in early 2024, and as of mid-2025, holds a career-high WTA ranking inside the top 5, solidifying her status among the sport's elite. What makes Coco captivating isn't just her win-loss record. She plays with a rare combination of fierce determination and cerebral strategy, often showcasing tactical shot selection and on-court adaptability. Off the court, she exudes relatability and sincerity. Her social media buzz is immediate and authentic, with fans drawn to her unfiltered personality, humor, and advocacy. At age 19, Gauff's commercial value rivals more seasoned athletes. She's secured partnerships with New Balance, Rolex, Barilla Head, and more deals that reflect both her star power and her integrity. Her estimated net worth now approaches $10 million, and experts predict that figure will double as she continues to win titles and build her brand. Gauff's impact extends beyond her racket. She is an outspoken advocate for mental wellness, sharing her own experiences with anxiety and self-doubt. During tense match moments, she often speaks openly about the emotional roller coaster faced by young athletes, helping break down stigmas around mental health in elite sports. Further, she supports equality initiatives and youth empowerment programs, prioritizing social purpose on par with athletic ambition. Academia and family are foundational to her identity. Daughter of former college basketball player Corey Gauff, Coco's parents have always encouraged education alongside competition. Although she turned professional at 14, she has expressed interest in attending college during her off-seasons, understanding the value of intellectual growth. This balance between athletic drive and intellectual curiosity sets her apart both now and for life after sport. Gauff is also a multicultural ambassador. She has demonstrated appreciation for her roots by participating in charitable events in both the US and internationally. Her travel diary reflects a commitment to cultural learning and global friendliness, making her particularly marketable in today's globally aware sports industry. Her on-court style also sets trends, from a signature two-strand cornrows look to bold color combinations in her gear. Coco has become a fashion influencer whose athletic aesthetics are copied by fans worldwide. With her youthful energy, she's reshaping the image of tennis, bridging the world of a power athlete with that of a lifestyle icon. Despite her rapid rise, Gauff remains remarkably grounded. She credits her circle a supportive family, a coach attuned to her emotional well-being, and peers who challenge her to stay humble. This foundation was evident when she spoke at the US Open pre-tournament press conference, "I want to win. But I also want to be happy and genuine, and that means taking time to understand who I am off court." Gabrielle Thomas. Gabrielle Thomas, often affectionately called Gabby, stands out not just for her speed, but for her brilliance. Born on December 7, 1996 in Atlanta, Georgia, and raised in Massachusetts, she is redefining what it means to be an elite athlete in the modern age. With a Harvard degree in neurobiology and a master's in epidemiology from the University of Texas, Thomas has earned the rare distinction of being both a world-class sprinter and a public health expert. Her rise in track and field came with a powerful blend of determination and grace. In the 2020 U.S. Olympic trials, she stunned the world by running the 200 meters in 21.61 seconds, the third fastest time ever recorded at the time. At the Tokyo Olympics, she secured a bronze in the 200 meter and a silver in the 4x100 meters relay, placing herself firmly among the sport's elite. Her performances are not only technically perfect, but executed with an ease and intelligence that reflect her analytical mind. Gabrielle is often described as the complete package, an athlete who can sprint past her competitors and hold her own in high-level academic and policy discussions. Her presence in the sport is helping shift how female athletes are viewed, proving that you don't have to choose between excellence on the track and impact off it. She has become an inspiration for young women interested in both sports and STEM fields. In terms of branding, Thomas is rising fast. She has endorsement deals with Nike, Whoop, and several fitness and wellness companies that appreciate her holistic approach to training and recovery. Her current net worth is in the low millions, but her potential is vast. With her intellect, integrity, and growing public profile, she's positioned to become a leading figure in both sports and health advocacy. Gabrielle lives a lifestyle that balances discipline and elegance. She's passionate about skincare, mental wellness, and living intentionally. Her social media presence reflects this, focused more on substance than stardom, offering training insights, healthy routines, and encouragement for women navigating competitive spaces. Despite her many achievements, she remains remarkably grounded. She regularly credits her mother, a former athlete and educator, for instilling in her the drive to pursue both academic and athletic excellence. Her success, therefore, is not just personal, it's generational, cultural, and deeply meaningful. As the world heads toward the next Olympic cycle, Gabrielle Thomas is not just aiming for more medals. She's aiming to leave a legacy, one where brilliance in mind and body is the new standard, and where young black girls can see themselves as both champions and changemakers. Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson isn't just fast, she's a phenomenon. Born on March 25, 2000 in Dallas, Texas, Richardson first made waves in 2018 when she clocked a sensational 10.72 seconds in the women's 100 meters, marking one of the fastest times ever by an American sprinter. But it wasn't just her speed that garnered attention. It was her unapologetic charisma, signature, long nails, vibrant attitude, and bold public presence that shifted the narrative on what a track star could embody. Richardson's journey has been anything but smooth. In June 2021, she won the U.S. Olympic trials with a blazing running time of 10.86 seconds, celebrating with an indignant flourish. But her triumph was overshadowed by controversy. A positive test for a cannabis derivative led to a suspension just weeks before the Tokyo Olympics, ruling her out of the Games. Her candid response to the setback, embracing accountability, expressing genuine regret, and voicing frustration at the timing and stigma, made her a lightning rod for conversation on athlete wellness, fairness, and personal expression. In spite of the exile, Sha'Carri returned to the track with a fervor that could rival her race starts. June 2023 marked her crowning achievement. She claimed the title of 100-meter world champion, proving that her summer of smoke and tabs wasn't the end, but an inflection point. With that gold medal around her neck, she cemented her status as not just a sprinter, but a symbol of tenacity and return. Off the track, Richardson's energy fuels a blossoming media and marketing presence. Brands such as Nike have sustained their backing, valuing her authenticity and mass appeal. Her endorsements reflect more than athletic achievement. They celebrate personality, resilience, and cultural relevance. From glossy magazine layouts to late-night TV interviews, she's built an image as both a champion and a cultural reporter for an unfiltered generation. As a social media luminary, Sha'Carri embraces transparency. She regularly posts glimpses of her vibrant lifestyle, studio time, street-style outfits, and collaborative shoots with younger fans. Her online voice has become a source of empowerment for many young women of color, navigating identity judgment and their own ambitions on public platforms. Richardson also uses her platform to vocalize around mental health and personal autonomy. She speaks openly about the pressure of elite performance, the weight of expectations, and the reality of coping with grief. Her mother, Sonda Richardson, passed away weeks before the 2021 trials, an emotional burden that she revealed only after her suspension. This revelation deepened public respect for Sha'Carri, not as an undefeated machine, but as a real person juggling trauma, aspiration, and survival under spotlight scrutiny. At 25, her financial trajectory is climbing. Between sponsor deals and appearance fees, her earnings have entered the high six-figure to low seven-figure range. However, Richardson emphasizes that wealth isn't her primary ambition. Instead, she speaks of investing in her own foundation to empower young athletes navigating adversity, team dynamics, and identity. Athletically, her future ambitions remain titanic. She has spoken of targeting the 2024 Paris Olympics, aiming to accumulate global medals, break personal bests, and perhaps redefine the boundaries of what the sport expects from its fastest female stars. Each season, she sets incremental goals, lowering reaction time, refining form off the start blocks, and developing her 200-meter capacity to broaden her competitiveness. Sha'Carri Richardson is as much a movement as an athlete. She's challenged traditional portrayals of sprinters, no longer quiet, anonymous figures using public documents. Instead, she's loud where others hold back, real where others hide perfection, and relentless where others slow. In an era craving authenticity, she delivers it with speed. Her story is still unfolding, and with every flash off the blocks, every whirlwind nail reveal, and every bold statement in front of cameras, Sha'Carri Richardson proves that to burn bright isn't optional, it's essential. A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is more than an elite basketball talent. She's a dynamic force of leadership, influence, and empowerment. Born on August 8, 1996 in Hopkins, South Carolina, Wilson grew up immersed in the sport. Her father coached her mother, played, and the game became her destiny. As a standout at South Carolina, Wilson led her team to a NCAA national championship in 2017, where she earned Most Outstanding Player recognition, establishing herself as a generational talent on the national stage. Entering the professional realm as the first overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft by the Las Vegas Aces, Wilson immediately asserted dominance. She earned Rookie of the Year honors, and over the following seasons, she elevated her game, steadily developing into a two-time WNBA MVP. With her combination of size, agility, and skill, she became a matchup nightmare, able to score from mid-range, defend inside with authority, and rebound prolifically. She crowns her basketball legacy with leading the Aces to their first-ever championship in 2022, earning Finals MVP in the process. Yet Wilson's significance transcends box scores. She has embraced the power of her platform to champion issues both near and far. As a Black woman in sports, she speaks boldly about racial equality and gender equity. Wilson has leveraged her visibility to amplify conversations around mental health, encouraging athletes to share their mental struggles as openly as their injuries, helping dismantle the stigma around seeking help. She's also raised awareness about dyslexia having been diagnosed at a young age. In partnership with organizations, she supports children with learning disabilities, sponsoring tutoring programs and hosting basketball clinics designed to build both confidence and compassion. Commercially, Wilson has strategically curated a brand reflecting her character, versatile, energetic, culturally aware. She's signed endorsement partnerships with athletic giants such as Nike alongside lifestyle labels like Mountain Dew and Gatorade. These deals often go beyond mere endorsements. She maintains creative input and visibility in campaigns, reinforcing her image as more than an athlete, but as an influencer whose voice carries authenticity. She even collaborated on her own flavor of Ruffles chips, melding athleticism and lifestyle branding in creative harmony. Off-court, Wilson's aesthetic and presence reflect her multi-dimensional identity. Her home in Las Vegas includes modern interiors and displays of her championship memorabilia. Among her collection are standout pairings of sneakers, classic Jordans alongside bold collaborations and custom designs, showcasing both her love of fashion and her appreciation for basketball history. Videos show her painting sneakers with young fans, mentoring them on turf before practice sessions, and discussing wellness routines in Instagram stories, reinforcing her position as mentor and motivator. Aja's influence also extends into media and mainstream culture. She appears in podcasts, television interviews, and sports analysis panels. Her presence on TV extends further when she dives into fashion discussions and lifestyle segments, highlighting how elite athletes negotiate identity and style. She's a guest at award shows and conventions, often chosen to speak on panels about leadership, sports, and activism, proof that her voice transcends league boundaries. Wilson's philanthropic efforts are equally noteworthy. Through the Aja Wilson Foundation, she funds scholarships, organizes basketball camps, and supports community-building initiatives focused on youth development. The foundation aligns with her belief that sports can be powerful tools for education, social connection, and emotional growth. Her efforts have broadened basketball's reach into underserved neighborhoods and introduced mentorship programs that teach life skills through athletics. As of mid-2025, Wilson's statistical achievements remain stellar, averaging double-digit rebounds, near double-digit scoring per game, and consistently making All-Star and All-WNBA teams. She continues to lead the Aces as they contend for repeated titles. But despite her competitive fire, she remains humble. In post-game interviews, she emphasizes teamwork, growth, and gratitude, often highlighting coaches, family, and fans. What sets Aja Wilson apart is her holistic approach. She plays to win, thinks to elevate, gives back to empower, and speaks up to uplift. She has redefined the archetype of what a modern female athlete can be. She dominates courts, yet nurtures communities. She breaks records while uplifting narratives and serves as a mentor long after the final buzzer. In an era hungry for leaders who do more than just compete, Aja Wilson is boldly answering the call. At 28, her journey is both extraordinary and ongoing. Multiple MVPs, championship rings, philanthropic achievements, and an enduring voice in sports culture. As she continues to build her legacy with every rebound speech and community initiative, Aja Wilson stands as one of the most powerful and purposeful figures in today's athletics. Gabby Douglas. Gabby Douglas stands as a testament to perseverance, trailblazing spirit, and quiet excellence. Born on December 31, 1995 in Virginia Beach, Virginia, she began gymnastics at the age of 6. Early training led her to move far from family first to Iowa at just 14, and then to Texas, where she immersed herself in elite training programs. That fearless leap of faith paid off in 2012. At just 16 years old, she became the first Black woman to win Olympic gold in the individual all-around, a title that announced her arrival on the world stage. Her performance in London was a blend of precision, elegance, and unshakable calm. Gabby earned 2 Olympic gold medals in 2012, in the all-around and team competitions, becoming a national sensation overnight. 4 years later, she returned to Rio in 2016, captured her third Olympic gold as part of the Final Five, and became the first U.S. gymnast to compete in 2 consecutive Olympic team finals since Shannon Miller in 1996. Douglas's impact extended far beyond her medal count. As a young black athlete in a predominantly white sport, she broke down barriers and inspired future generations. Her flawless execution under pressure, paired with her humble persona, created a new template for how champion gymnasts could carry themselves both in and out of the arena. Off the mat, Gabby became a public figure thanks to her humility and grace. Story deals, endorsement offers, and television invitations followed closely after her Olympic breakthrough. She published an autobiography, starred in untitled Lifetime films and reality specials, and appeared on popular talk shows. Though she later stepped away from the spotlight, her presence never fully receded. She continued to speak at schools, mentor young gymnasts, and promote inner strength through her social media channels. In recent years, Gabby rekindled her competitive flame. She returned to serious training and quietly began preparing for a comeback on the Olympic stage. She has indicated her intent to compete at trials for the 2024 Games, showing that her drive for greatness remains intact. Her journey reflects not only athletic ambition, but an evolution from youthful prodigy to seasoned leader navigating the challenges of fame, identity, and balance. Gabby Douglas has never been solely defined by her athletic accomplishments. She's a devoted mother who welcomed a baby in 2021, bringing a new dimension to her personal narrative. She's also a voice for mental health, openly discussing the importance of resilience therapy and emotional wellness. Her authenticity reinforces that vulnerability can coexist with strength, and that true courage often lies in asking for help. Her commitment to representation and diversity has remained consistent. She founded programs aimed at expanding gymnastics scholarships for underrepresented youth and launched initiatives offering training camps in underserved communities. Gabby aims not just to widen the talent pool, but also to foster environments where young black gymnasts feel affirmed, supported, and visible. A cultural phenomenon, Douglas has gifted us with iconic moments beyond medals, midnight training sessions, team hand-holding rituals, and flawless Olympic routine videos that continue to go viral. She is remembered for an infectious smile and a demeanor that radiated quiet confidence even under the most intense scrutiny. At 29 years old in 2025, her legacy is multidimensional. She is Olympic legend, mother, mentor, advocate, and soon possibly 2-time Olympian. She's a living bridge between elite athletic achievement and broader life purpose, embodying the belief that success on the mat can and should translate into impact off it. Gabby's life illustrates that the greatest victories aren't just in gold medal moments. They're in the lives you touch, the stereotypes you break, and the resilience you model. With a legacy already firmly planted and new chapters unfolding, she remains one of the most powerful, purposeful figures in global sports. Simone Manuel. Simone Manuel carved her place in sports history and beyond through a blend of talent, courage, and a larger purpose. Born on August 2, 1896 in Sugar Land, Texas, Manuel discovered her love for water, early learning to swim alongside her older sister. As a naturally gifted swimmer, she progressed through regional meets and high school competitions, catching national attention with her sprinting prowess. Little did the world know that this young athlete would soon reshape the narrative of swimming itself. In August 2016, at just 19 years old, Manuel stunned the world at the Rio Olympics by becoming the first black woman to win an individual Olympic gold medal in swimming, clinching victory in the 100-meter freestyle with a time of 52.70 seconds. That historic moment captured hearts. She didn't just earn a gold medal, she broke long-standing racial and psychological barriers in a sport that had seen few non-white champions at its highest levels. She doubled down on her achievement shortly after tying with Penny Oleksiak of Canada to share the silver medal in the 100-meter backstroke. By the end of Rio, she stood as a 4-time Olympic medalist with 2 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze, solidifying her status as a rising global icon. What sets Manuelle apart is not just her speed, but her grounded perseverance. In Tokyo 2020, held in 2021 due to the pandemic, she further cemented her legacy by earning a silver in the 100-meter freestyle, finishing just behind Australian great Emma McKeon. Competing amid restrictions and without the usual crowds, Manuelle's poise reflected her adaptability and mental toughness. Her Olympic tally now sits at 5 medals across 2 games. Manuelle's influence extends far beyond pools and podiums. She's a strong advocate for diversity and inclusion in aquatic sports. In 2020, she co-founded the People Who Swim initiative, aiming to increase swimmers of color in public pools and combat the perception of swimming as an exclusive pastime. She stresses that representation matters not just in headlines, but in everyday swim lessons and local pools where young kids of color begin their aquatic journeys. Her unwavering commitment has inspired organizations across the United States to prioritize inclusive programming. She has also used her platform to address broader social issues. At the ESPY Awards, she spoke publicly against systemic racism and pressed for greater accountability in sports institutions. Through social media interviews and community events, she champions transparency, education, and empathy. Financially, Manuelle has built a notable brand without overshadowing her message. She has endorsement deals with New Balance TYR and Nation's Capital Swim Club, among others. Though figures vary, her estimated net worth stands in the mid-7 figures, bolstered by sponsorships, public appearances, and speaking engagements. True to her values, each partnership aligns with her advocacy, promoting access, health, and integrity. Education remains deeply important to her. Manuelle began attending Stanford University in 2018, studying masking social determinants of health. Balancing elite athletics with rigorous academics, she has spoken of her dream to contribute to research and programs that bridge equity gaps in sports and public health. Her intelligence and curiosity solidify her reputation as an athlete with substance behind the splash. Despite her rising fame, Manuelle maintains humility. Off-season, she can be found hanging out with teammates, tasting local cuisine while traveling, or unwinding with music and books. Her genuine nature resonates in candid interviews where she speaks openly about the pressure of Olympic expectations, her personal growth, and the importance of rest and recovery. Looking ahead, Manuelle is preparing for her 3rd Olympic cycle in Paris 2024, using her evenings to refine race strategy and her early mornings to mentor swimmers from underrepresented backgrounds. She aspires not only to add medals to her collection, but also to ignite change from the starting blocks forward. Simone Manuelle isn't just a record holder, she's a leader, a reformer, and a beacon of hope. Her medals are milestones. Her mission is deeper. By conquering pools, challenging norms, and uplifting voices, she has emerged as one of the most influential athletes of her generation. With every stroke, she continues to dismantle barriers and invite a more inclusive future for swimming and for sports as a whole. These women are not just champions. They're cultural game changers who've redefined what it means to be powerful, black and female in the world of sports. From Simone Biles's gravity-defying routines to Aja Wilson's leadership on and off the court, their legacies continue to inspire new generations. But here's the question: which of these athletes do you believe has had the most lasting impact, not just in sports, but in society as a whole? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Legends of Black Excellence for more stories that deserve the spotlight.